Yeah, g'day YouTubers. Tinker O'Toole again with another video. I'm going to talk about physical stops when using a lathe. Now you only got one physical stop that when you're using a lathe, and we'll go over that, and that's the compound slide, that it physically stops when you wind the handle and it gets to a certain distance. This one also has a physical stop, but it's not really that controllable. And neither is this, but we'll go over that. But the one that I was interested in was the carriage physical stop. So that if you're working on a shoulder and you're taking cuts, whether it's manual or automatic, you got to be very careful in automatic mode because you don't have an electronic stop. So the physical stop, we'll have a look at it. Now, the one that I brought from a guy, AHM, in Holbrook, New South Wales, his name's Malcolm. He sells a lot of Hercus lathe parts. So I got this physical stop off him. It comes in two parts. There it is there. It's a genuine Hercus one, right? Bolt in there. And as you can see, it clamps over the ways. So it's just a matter of clamping it together with the screw like that and inserting it in the correct position. Just placing it over the top and putting that in the correct position. Whether it's on the left side or the right side, then you've got your physical stop this side or that side. The next physical stop is for the carriage, the cross slide. And what I did, I couldn't buy anything, so I made it myself. It was quite easy to make. Was this piece here, this little bit of flat metal here, two holes drilled for the 5/16 bolts, 12mm rod, another bit of 12mm rod here to stop it from flexing. And then we turned a little disc down. It was like this. We put a flat on it and put a thread in there so that we could adjust it so that the cross slide would hit right on this corner. That was our physical stop. So you've got to be careful how you mount it. And you've got two 5/16 bolts here for the steady, the movable steady that you can attach those that it moves along. You've got the fixed one that fixes on here, but there is a movable steady that you can put on there. So we're using that for our mounting bracket, and we'll mount everything up. We'll mount that up and we'll have a look at it and we'll talk about how it all works and how good it works. Okay, so everything's mounted up. So we'll just talk about the physical stop that's on the carriage. Two functions. First function is you can set this so that the carriage physically stops so that the tooling, the carbide bit or your high-speed steel, doesn't slam into the chuck jaws. So that's one reason you can use a physical stop. You can leave it there all the time unless you change your tooling, and you may have to readjust it so that you physically can't slam into the chuck. The second reason is that when you're turning down and you come into a shoulder, whether it's a left shoulder or a right shoulder, is that you can set that so that you always stop at a predetermined point. Care must be taken if you're engaging the half nuts down here in auto mode and it's traveling. You're going to have to release this before you come right to the end of the stop. With a little bit of practice, I'm sure that most machinists will tell you that that's just a matter of timing. So that's that stop there. Now, the other problem that you get is when you're adjusting your cross slide, let's say you've got a job and you've got 40mm bar in there and you want to reduce that down to say 30 in a particular section. So you start off turning, and then when you sort of think, oh, I'm getting close, you might get the vernier out and check. But how many times have you accidentally taken a little bit too much off and thought, shit, now I've got to throw it in the rubbish? Well, that's happened to me quite a few times over the years. So I thought, oh, this lathe needs a physical stop so that when you turn this in that direction there, that you can physically stop it from going too far. So all you've got to do is measure it out so that you don't go too far and make your job undersized. And the physical stop works really simple. I'll just get this out of the way so that you can see it. We'll just pull this off so that you can see. You got the little flat on there, and the little flat will travel right on the very edge next to the dovetail. Just gives you a little bit of extra room to move. So once you've measured out your cutting tip to your job and you got your distance set right, just a matter of measuring, then adjust your stop on here, and with the stop adjusted on there, then you can make sure that you never ever go too far and make the job undersized. So you can move it way over the other side, but in most cases it's probably going to be sort of round about this sort of area here. So it really does work good, and you need to make sure that you set it up properly. If you do manufacture one yourself, make sure that the bar is as close to the cross slide as possible to eliminate any flexing of the shaft, because if it's too far that way, it's too much leverage. And if you actually see if we can zoom right in there, you can see that the corner touches the red corner of this turned down bit here. So that's a really good physical stop. It really does work well, and there is very, very little flex in that shaft at all. The next physical stop, and it's built in, and you can use that to your advantage, especially when you're turning something small, is a compound slide. Compound slide travels about 62 millimeters. So now we've come to the physical stop that way there. So what you can do is wind this to its maximum predetermined point in that direction, lock it down, and wind back. And it doesn't matter what you do, even if you put that in order, it's not in automatic mode, so we're not using the half nuts, we're doing it manually. When you do things automatic, the physical stops can present a problem of danger, especially this one here, because you've got to make sure that you release this before it actually just touches. And because you've got the V-belt on here, you don't have it really tight. If it does touch, it'll start to slip. But yeah, so just be aware of that the physical stops do serve a great purpose, but make sure that you know how to use them properly. And yeah, the last thing you want to do is smash up your lathe because you incorrectly set things up. Look, I hope that information helps. Physical stops work fantastic, provided you know what you're doing and where and how to use them correctly. And any machinist will know how to use physical stops. And this is an old lathe. It didn't come with physical stops. A lot of the newer lathes do have electronic stops on them. There's all sorts of things on there. So this is a very old lathe, over 70 years old. It doesn't have the setup of any modern lathe. A lot of your modern lathes, even for speed, you got to play around with gears and belts and everything else. You got VSD drives now to change everything for you. But nonetheless, it may be an old lathe, but it's a solid lathe, and it will give many, many more years of service to me before it's passed on to someone else. Anyway, I hope this information helps. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.